Hi and welcome to Guitar from Zero again. This is the section on how to read tab, how to play tab. It is on page 11 of the songbook that you downloaded, and I'm going to go through it with you step by step to help you to understand how to do it. Tab is a system of how to be able to play the songs that you want to play, solos, etc., without needing to read music. It's a series of 6 lines. We have the lines going across the page, and each line represents a string on the guitar. The lowest line, and this is the confusing bit sometimes, the lowest line is the thickest string on your guitar, okay, which is the E string. We call this, confusingly, bottom E. So it's at the top of the guitar. It's a bottom E. And that is the lowest line. It's because it's the lowest note in music, okay? So you don't need to understand music. This will help you play those songs without music. Then we have the rest of the lines representing the rest of the strings. We've got the E, A, D, G, B, and E. So we have the bottom E and we have a top E, okay? The top E is top E because it's the highest note, the bottom E is bottom E because it's the lowest note. And the highest line in tab is the top E, and the lowest line in tab is the bottom E, okay? The numbers represent which fret you need to put a finger. At the beginner level, because we're only really working down here, it can also help if you use the finger that represents the number. So for example, fret 3, finger 3, fret 0, no fingers, fret 1, finger 1, fret 2, finger 2, and fret 3, finger 3, okay? That won't happen later on, but I will show you a system in other lessons of how to understand which finger to use when you're playing tab with the higher numbers. If we look at the first box and it says tab as a chord, if the numbers in tab are a straight line, a vertical line, it means play the notes together. So for example, on the E string, or the lowest line, we have a cross. A cross means don't play. A 0 means play open, okay? We then have a 3. Now that means place a finger, and I'm going to say at this level, 3 also means your finger. So finger 3 behind fret 3 of the string that it's on, and in this case it's the A string, or the 5th string. And then because we're playing all the strings together, keep that on. We then have a 2, which is on the D string, so it's finger 2 on fret 2. We then have a 0, so we're going to play a 0. We then have a 1, which means fret 1, and it's on the B string. And then we have a 0 again. Okay, you'll have to excuse the flies, they're my friends really. So what we want to do is to play that whole chord together, which just happens to be, do you know what it is? It's that, and it's a C chord. So looking at the tab, it's telling you to play all those 5 strings together. Okay, so that's tab for a chord. If you're playing single notes, you can see to the right of that. Sorry about the wind, it's a little bit windy here today, although it is 38 degrees. We have a bit of wind too. So, the single notes, you'll notice there's only one note on a string at a time, so we need to play those notes separately. Let's see if you can guess what this tab is. I haven't put a title on there because I'd like you to guess what it is. So we've got a 3 on the A string, finger 3, fret 3. We have a 0, which is the open string, on the D string. We then have a 2 on the D string, it's the same string. We then have a 3 on the D string. So far we have 3, 0, 2, 3. 3, 0, 2, 3. Okay? We then have a 0 on the G string, and we then have a 2 on the G string. Then we have a 0 and a 1. Okay? And that is where the scale ends. It is the C major scale. Okay, but it's good practice to also play backwards, so you'll see the same notes in reverse. Okay, single notes and chords. Okay, hope that helps. If you get stuck with that, just keep reading it, keep listening to this video. Tab isn't difficult, tab is really helpful. There are different representations of how to play notes, like muting notes and things like that. You don't need to go too deep just yet. There are lots of videos on YouTube and also on my Patreon site at patreon.com/Chris J. Connolly, where I go through in more detail about how to play tab. But for now, that is enough, and that is what we cover in the book, and I'll see you at the next lesson.